In this video, we're going to be calculating the lengths of segments inside a circle again, only this time we're using secants. So a quick reminder, a secant is a segment or a line or a ray that passes through our circle twice. These secants actually start on the circle and then they end at the same point of intersection outside the circle. So when your vertex or your point of intersection is outside the circle, you're going to take the segment that's outside the circle and you're going to multiply it by the entire thing. When you're doing these, each one of these segments starts and ends, or starts at the point of intersection, and then it connects to each point on the circle. So if you can remember that it starts at E and it connects to A, if we take that segment times the segment EB, that's going to equal the parts of the other secant. So the outside part, and if you can remember the word OW, EC, the outside part, times the whole segment, ED. Alright, so let's try a few of these. And the hard part is to remember we've got to have the whole segment. So the outside part of our top chord is 3. We're going to multiply that by the whole thing. So the whole thing is the x that's inside plus the 3 that's outside, which means on this one we're going to have to distribute. And then on the other side we have the outside part, which is the 4, and then the whole thing, which is 4 plus the 7. So we had to add the 4 and the 7 together. So on this side, when we distribute, the 3 times x gives us 3x plus 9, because the 3 times the 3. And then on this side, our parentheses, we end up with 11 inside. So 4 times 11, we don't have to distribute over there, we can just do the arithmetic. Gives us 44. Alright, so then we got to subtract our 9 to get our x term by itself. So 3x, 44 minus 9 makes 35. And then if we divide by 3, we get 11.6 repeating, or 11 2/3 when we divide 35 by 3. Alright, for our other one, we need our outside part, so the outside piece is this 5 right here. We're going to multiply it by the whole thing, so we have to add the part inside the circle, the x, to the 5. And then we have the outside part, which is the 6, times, and again we have to add those two pieces together. So the 4 plus the 6. And then we solve our equation. So on this side we distribute. So 5 times x plus 5 times 5. And then on this side we have in the parentheses, that makes it 10. Since they're just numbers, we can add those together. So 6 times 10 makes 60. Subtract our 25 from both sides. So 5x equals, and then this makes 35. And x is going to equal 7. Alright, so what you're going to do, you're going to do some practice questions again. There are 4 of them. So draw each circle. And then when you're ready, pause the video each time. And then when you're ready, turn the video back on to check. Alright, so there's these 2. And there are these 2. So start with these ones, do those and then check. So pause your video while you're working, and then go do the other 2. Alright, so we want to remember the word OW, outside times whole. Alright, so our outside part on the top is the 4, and then we need the whole segment, so we have to add the x and the 4 together. bottom one, our outside part is 8. And then we have to add the 6 plus the 8 together to get to 14. That's the whole thing. All right, so now we're going to distribute. So 4x plus 16 and 14 times 8 is 112. Now we have to get our x by itself. So we're going to subtract our 16. 4x equals 96 divided by 4. So x equals 24. The second one, we need our outside part. So that's 4. And then we need our whole piece. So we're going to add those together. So x plus 4. On the bottom one, we do the outside. So 3. And then we're going to add the 9 and the 3 together to make 12. 4x plus 16, we distribute, equals 36. Then we're going to solve. So subtract our 16. 4x equals 20. X is going to equal 5. So outside times whole. All right, on these two, outside, 5 times our whole. Add those two together. Remember, we're doing outside times whole. Ow. All right, our outside part is 12. Our whole, we're going to add the 8 and the 12 together to make 20. And distribute. 5x plus 25 equals 240. Subtract our 25. 5x equals 215. Divide by 5. So x equals 43. All right, then our last one. Again, we need our outside part. So 8. We're going to add these two together. So x plus 8. On the bottom one, our outside is 10. We're going to add these two together. So 22. All right, so we have 8x plus 64 equals 220. Subtract our 64. 8x equals 156. Divide by 8. So x equals 19 and a half.